Hey everybody, it's Mike over here at Growtopia, and happy June 1st. You know what June 1st brings? A whole bunch of new things to do. Well, first thing we're going to start off with is what to plant in the month of June, and, well, look at what's gone. I cleared it out, and there's most of it right there. So most of the tomato that I was trying to grow indoors, didn't do anything, it died. Got rid of that. The rest of the tray that had stuff in there that was overwintered, peppers and stuff like that, or peppers I started in the end of last year, they're going outside with the large leaf Italian basil. And then the celery that can't sit inside any longer, it's got to go outside as well. So everything's going into the shade house right where they came out of. But let's talk about what to plant for the month of June. So we go to our handy dandy Bible and we look for the month of June. And what do we have for the month of June? You can direct sow or into pods is your cucumbers. You still have plenty of time to still keep planting cucumbers. They love 75 to 85 degrees. You can direct sow them or you can plant them into pods. Usually around this time, once we start getting some temperatures of 75, 85, which hopefully be next couple weeks of June, I'll just direct sow them. It's just so much easier than trying to do the pods. But if you do the pods, like you saw in the last video, I got some inside my greenhouse. Next is you could direct sow or into pods is your squash. Your summer squash and your winter squash. Once seeds have popped, keep the squash, keep planting the squash every 2 weeks till July, then plant more. So what I could do is I could take the squash, I can keep planting it over and over and over if you have the room for it. The thing is with squash that was really interesting. So I always thought that summer squash and winter squash were depending on what time of the season you grew them. So I thought summer squash was only for the summer and winter was only for the winter. That's not the case. It's actually when you harvest them and their longevity, their storage. So summer squash is the stuff that's like you could eat it when the flesh is soft. They don't have a long shelf life. You can actually eat the rinds of them. They're a softer rind. Winter squash is like harder rind, such as like spaghetti squash, for an example. It's a harder rind, and they can store after picked up to like, I think it's like 6 to 8 months, something like that. Don't quote me on the longevity of it, but summer squash is, you know, if it's the summer squash that you're planting, when it's ripe, you go out there and it's soft. When winter squash is hard, then it's good to pick too as well. Also look at the back of the seed packet. The back of the seed packet, as an example, like this one here, this one won't show it. Some of them will show it. This one won't show it. There's other ones that will show the estimated harvest date. Yeah, like this one, for example, the cucamelons. On the back of it, it says cucamelons will be ready to harvest in 60 to 70 days. So kind of go off of that too. Next one is your green beans. Direct sow or start in pods. Direct sow every 4 days. Plant another round of beans to keep the harvest going. You could direct sow or put into pods is your melons and watermelons. Love heat. Make sure in bed with plenty of soil and mulch once they are a vine. So once they were a vine, I put a little mulch around them, and that was good. The other thing I got to add on to that is that they are heavy feeders of water. So they like water, but they don't like to be soggy. Even though they're considered like a melon or watermelon, you would think they would love water. They love water to a point like everything else. Next one we have is tomatoes. Transplant time. Plant deep up to the bottom of the leaves. Plant basil with them and marigolds. You could also start some more tomatoes in pods. And today is the best day to start putting your tomatoes in pods. Start them off, so right now I'm going to run through everything in here. And because it's the month of June, whatever is alive is going to be going into the greenhouse. Whatever is dead is going into here, into my pan, which then goes into my compost. And keep going. I always start that with the month of June, just because now we're actually going to start hitting some really warmer temperatures. Of course, I went outside this morning and I freaking froze to death. That's why my hair's still up in the air. It's still frozen from when I walked outside. Next thing you can plant for the month of June is your sweet potatoes. Can start planting outside, grow from slips or from tubulars. And you could use tubular fertilizer. I don't have the fertilizer, but I grow them in bags. And I put them in last month, so. Next thing is it's the month that you want to transplant your peppers. Transplanting into bed with strings. Starting peppers now. They will not grow in time for the month of June. So whatever you have for your peppers, they will not, because peppers take quite a while. So whatever I don't have for peppers, oh fuck it well. Next year it is. Transplant into garden is your eggplant. Sorry, the next one on the list is eggplants. Transplant into garden will need strings, can be planted anywhere. Take too long to grow from seed. Transplant only. Next one is your bodyguard flowers. You could put these in pods or you could direct sow them. It's your chamomile, zinnia, marigolds, erincia, sunflowers, borage, coleus. Plant in pods or direct sow into beds. Will bring bees, crimson and clover, lavender, and etc. that you can plant out there as well. Next one we have here is your corn. Sweet corn has to be planted in 2 rows for pollination. Best to put in pods, then in a spot that has soil, needs a lot of water to grow. Grows like grass. You could direct sow them, or you can plant in pods 60 and above. I really like the direct sowing of the corn, just because I could see it, you know, and if I have 15 or 20 pods, I could space them all out. Yeah, it takes a while, but I have a drill. It's got like a big screw on it. Basically, I did that for putting my bulbs in the ground on my other side of my property. So I could just literally take the drill and just go bzz, 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 and it just drop all the pods in there. I did that. I dropped like 500 bulbs in a couple hours on one battery. Anyway, next thing you could plant in the month of June is your peanuts. If you are a peanut planter like I am, you can plant them in your garden. I would say put them in an area that's enclosed, such as a greenhouse, because the squirrels will watch you put the peanuts in the ground. Then they will do is they will take the peanut out of the ground and replace it with a walnut or an acorn. I've been pulling acorns out of my peanut bed all day yesterday. So now I have them inside the greenhouse. I put them in there last month. But they're just direct sow, shell and all. You just brush the ground, you pour down your nuts, you put it over, they start growing. Takes a while. Each peanut plant, I think you get like 6 or 8 peanut pods out of it. You don't get a lot. Sometimes you get 4. Sometimes you only get 2. So that's why peanuts are so expensive. Next thing to plant, oh, that would be it. Otherwise, that says July. So I'm not going to go to July yet. So that is what I have on my list that I like to plant for the month of June. Everybody, I hope you found something good out of that. You liked it. You learned something. I got to get back to frickin' banging my head against the wall here. I'm going to go all the way to the back of the book here as we're cleaning up. So I hope you guys got something out of it. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. Get out there and grow something. It's the month of June. We're getting closer. Let's go. Get it on.